The story comes to us from azcentral.com. And the reason I'm giving you this one is I want to ask a question to all those that live in Phoenix, Arizona, or the surrounding areas. I know there's a lot of people in Mesa and Phoenix who cop watch and do YouTube. You could answer this. Are the police as adamant about catching people who shoot other people, whether they kill them or simply injure them, which in California is a Penal Code 245, assault with a weapon? Are they as serious about catching all these people that are out there shooting people? Or is it just because a police officer was injured, are they being this adamant? You know what I'm saying? Do they always go after people like that, shoot other people like this? Or is it just that, hey, a cop got shot? What am I talking about? Police are continuing the search of Nicholas Cowan, who's 35, who is wanted in connection with a shooting that critically injured a Phoenix police officer near Cave Creek and Beardsley Roads. This just happened this month. An officer shot during the incident remained in intensive care as of Easter Sunday. And a statement from Phoenix police said the officer is in stable condition.
It's become a sadly common tale in the valley. Once again, our police officers find themselves in the line of fire. Today's shooting marks the fourth time that Phoenix police officers have come under fire in just the last 4 months.
The latest victim, a wife, a mother, and a 24-year veteran of the force, shot in the area of Beardsley and Cave Creek. And at this hour, police are still on the hunt for the shooter while that officer remains hospitalized.
Now, Cowan shot at the officers while at a gas station. Efforts to find Cowan remain 24/7 operation, police said Sunday. The statement said detectives are utilizing every investigative tool at their disposal and are following up on every lead and every tip received from the public. A photo of Cowan distributed by officials on Thursday showed he has a neck tattoo, a brown mustache, and brown shoulder-length hair. He was also described by police on Thursday as possibly bleeding, although it's unclear if he was injured in the shooting.
See, it all happened here at this Marathon gas station just south of the 101 on Cave Creek because they were responding to a domestic violence call. And they were meeting the victim here because the woman did not want to have a confrontation at home. But as police were talking with her, Nicholas Cody Cowan drove up and fired at the officers. One officer was hit and went down while witnesses saw her partner fire back. They then say Cowan drove away in a light blue 2012 Prius.
Local and federal partners are helping with the search for Cowan, and his information was shared with law enforcement agencies throughout the Southwest. Silent Witness offered a $5,000 reward for anyone who provides information that leads to Cowan's arrest. The Bureau of ATF and Explosives has also offered a reward of up to $5,000, while FBI is offering up to $25,000, increasing the possible total reward for catching him to $35,000.
I heard my mom and I both heard a pop. We thought a tire popped. We were like, "Oh God, hopefully there's no accident." And we heard a couple more pops. We're like, "What the heck?" And we turned around and saw the officer, firing back at the person, and we saw the car drive off.
Phoenix Police Chief Jerry Williams was quoted as saying, "These attacks taking place in our own backyard and across our country show a blatant disregard for human life and law enforcement. Despite these attacks on our police family, our officers continue to respond to calls for service to assure the safety of our community. We are committed to finding the criminal who attacked one of our own. That commitment extends to all victims of crime."
Here I am once again, standing before you delivering this type of news outside of a hospital. I'm angry, I'm tired, and I'm frustrated. Today, one of my officers was shot and critically injured.
Does that commitment, do you do 24/7 operations anytime someone is shot or killed in Phoenix? We're setting up 24/7 operations. A homeless guy was shot downtown. We're going to catch the killer. No. And I'm not saying I mean, they should catch this guy before he shoots somebody else. You think he won't shoot you? You're crazy. You shoot a cop, he's going to shoot you. But the efforts and the labors that are being put in to catch this guy because he shot a cop, how come we don't hear about this when just Joe gets shot downtown? They just say, well, we're searching for the suspect at this time, and it's just, business as usual, searching for this guy, looking for leads. Here they got 24/7 operation. They got the FBI involved, ATF is involved. They don't do that for normal people that are shot. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong for saying that. It just seems like unless you wear blue and have a badge, you're just another civilian citizen walking the streets. I don't know. Maybe I'm being cynical. But I move on. Officers initially responded to the area around 10:15 a.m. after a woman told police her boyfriend committed several criminal acts and attempted to commit suicide, according to police spokesperson Sergeant Andy Williams.
We have followed them throughout the afternoon as they had tactical units outside a home on Greenway near 3rd Avenue. Then a few blocks away, they were searching Canal where what appeared to be a Vespa was found. But as for now, both of those searches seem to have come up empty as witnesses who are here to witness and see the shooting just hope the officer is okay.
The Phoenix Law Enforcement Association plea also released a statement today saying in part, quote, "The men and women of the Phoenix Police Department are selfless and brave community servants who go above and beyond each day, risking their lives to keep our neighborhoods safe. We thank each of them for continued service during these challenging times," end quote. Chief Williams said that 8 Phoenix police officers have been shot and 13 wounded in incidents over the past 4 months. And 9 of those woundings came from one incident, also related to domestic violence that happened earlier this year.
As the woman was talking with police, Cowan arrived at the gas station in a 2012 light blue Toyota Prius. Don't tell me this guy drives a Prius. Then an officer approaching Cowan was shot by him, said Andy Williams. Another officer returned fire while Cowan also continued to fire. So they had basically a shootout. Cowan ultimately fled the area in the Prius, which was later found by police unoccupied, and it was impounded for evidence.
Now, police say that if you do see Nicholas Cody Cowan, do not approach here. Instead, well, just call police because, again, he is very likely still armed and dangerous. But for now, we'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
What we understand about this wounded officer is that she was a 24-year veteran of the force. She was also a wife and a mother, as you've already mentioned, and she has a spouse who was also a Phoenix police officer. Phoenix police say that her condition, or that she was critically injured when she was shot this morning responding to a domestic violence incident. And Chief Williams was visibly angry when she spoke this afternoon.
And I don't mean to trivialize this shooting, that this person was shot and injured and is in the hospital, fighting for their life. But I'm just saying, it's interesting how when a police officer gets shot anywhere in the country, it's like they have this, all of a sudden, this local manhunt. The FBI comes down, the U.S. Marshals come in and do all this stuff. But when Joe gets shot in the street, the detectives are on it. The detectives are following all leads and tips. I don't know. Are police officers' lives more important? Or is it just like, that's one of our own? What about the homeless guy that got shot? He's not one of our own.